Hello, and welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's number one mother-son Celtics podcast. I'm your host, Jake Olin, here once again with my mother, Karen Olin.
Hello.
We are here Friday, April 18th in the afternoon. Season's over. As promised, regular season is over and we're back. Since we last spoke, the Celtics went 5-1, and they finished 61-21 overall, first in the Atlantic Division, second in the Eastern Conference, third in the NBA. We've kind of known those numbers for a while now, and we're here. We made it. 82 games down. Hopefully, we got 16 wins to go to the NBA title for the Boston Celtics, but we will see. It starts with Orlando. We know that now after the play-in. Lots to talk about. Let's take it piece by piece. Do we want to go through these regular season games? Do you have any thoughts from the last six? Starting with the crush of the Suns, and then we had some games with just the scrubs, just the backups.
No, I think my only concern at this point is Jalen.
Agreed. That was
Obviously,
my
that
next point as well.
I think that everybody,
Jalen's knee swelling or whatever they want to
yeah,
call it. Not great.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's that I think is the only thing that stood out. I thought Porzingis shooting going in, and he looks good going into
yeah,
the playoffs. Is very
agreed. I mean,
exciting.
knock on table,
Yeah,
knock on wood,
yeah,
whatever you got.
yeah,
But yeah, it's been a while since he's had an injury, which is scary because that,
yeah.
usually
He
means
will.
he's due.
Yeah,
But health wise, with the exception of Jalen and his,
yeah.
knee injections that he got and knee swelling, which does not sound great, but that's TBD. That
Yeah.
not a lot of info going around on what exactly is going on, which I think is good. I think, it's more of a soreness kind of long
Yeah.
season thing, but
Well, I
just
think
coming at
his
the wrong
last
time.
words, he's playing through it for the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
whatever. I
I
mean, there's
think
no
I think
surgery.
it's a
Yeah.
nagging thing.
As
I
long as
think,
he can. Yeah. Yeah.
correct. But that does beg the question, would you think about sitting him part of the first round?
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to bring up. I think Orlando is rough. They're a tough team. And so I think you're going to have to be very careful with his minutes,
Yep.
and very careful because I think we can beat Orlando without him.
Yeah. I mean, we
We
should.
should be able
I would
to.
hope so.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so I don't think you want to have him not play because I think that probably the nature of his injury, you want to kind of keep him loose and keep him, confident and keep him
Yeah.
in the
Maybe
game.
25 minutes or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but just don't push it to the point. Ben Caro's going to the hoop strong.
Yeah.
And he has picked up a lot of defensive, um, the best players in the past, and he can't be doing that. At least not now. He can't be. You know, you cannot be defending Ben Caro. You cannot be defending Franz. So he's going to have to take a step back. And I'm hoping
Yep.
he'll do that and be smart, especially
Hmm.
during, we should be able to win this without him. So he should just keep loose, stay confident, and not be injured. And I feel the same way about Porzingis. You should not be taking
Yeah.
a charge against Vancaro
I
or
can't
Franz.
believe how much
I
he's
mean,
played this year. I
Wagner.
mean, especially
Yeah,
just going down
yeah.
the stretch. He's played most games. I mean, he's taken his rest, but
Honestly,
he plays a
those
lot. And what and
there
in the
were
games he plays a lot of minutes.
agreed. And it's a little scary going down that last stretch. There was one game where I thought his minutes were too high.
Hmm.
Um, I can't. I don't know if it was Knicks. No, I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the time. Take it easy until we really need you all those minutes. It's
Yeah.
like, we do not want to get an injury because I think that's the only thing that's really going to derail us now
Hmm.
is to really lose somebody. Um, and yeah, so no, I think all those games that we played, I thought we played pretty well.
Agreed. And
And
guys not playing and teams that didn't care. The
yeah,
Knicks game, I mean, if you want to talk about the Knicks game overtime, I mean, again, no Jalen in that one. Tatum was really
yeah,
good down the stretch, and we
yeah.
just
Well, I think
beat
they
the Knicks
finally
again.
have figured us out, right? And I think that's going to be what's our weakness. Our weakness is a big guy going to the hoop. Our weakness is come at us because That is exactly what Carl-Anthony. That's the first time I thought Carl-Anthony Towns pulled his weight since we've been playing him,
Yeah, but
since I've been watching
he
him.
did try to play bully ball, but that's just not
Yeah.
his style. Like he's not that kind of
I'm just
guy.
saying, I think that is a weakness. So if he
Yeah,
doesn't
but
play that way, he's not a weakness for us.
no, and I don't
You
think he
know,
will.
yeah.
He's
But
not
I
a
think,
tough big guy that's gonna
I think,
bruise you down there.
yeah, I thought he was
Yeah,
more of a
I agree.
bruiser
I'm saying in
than
that
I've
game,
ever
but
seen him.
come a
Yeah,
seven
yeah,
game series, I don't think he's gonna be,
yeah,
playing in there a lot. Like I don't think
yeah.
that's just who he's gonna be in the series.
I
Um,
think they really wanted that game. I don't think it affected where they ended up, but I think they wanted that game. They could potentially see
yeah.
us. So they wanted some confidence in it. Yeah. So I think that was a downer for them.
Well,
Um,
well, then. End of the regular season. Before we get into more playoff talk, I have something here.
hmm.
Little
Oh
piece of
no.
paper that's been on the at Shamrock Talk Studios all season. If you're listening on not a video platform, I'm holding up Mom's preseason predictions, and I have mine
Not
as
only are
well.
you showing my poor handwriting, but my antiquated form for doing it, right?
There's a
Did you
lot
have
of
a written one or did you
stars.
do it on your phone?
I have no, I have it on my computer here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So most people would have had it
should have
on some
discarded this
form of
evidence by now.
on some form of technology, but no, I yeah, lists are my love language. That's gonna be my
Um,
t-shirt. I like writing it out.
yep. Well, let's go through our predictions. Let's see how good we were. Let's see your first four in the East. Celtics, Knicks, Cavaliers, Sixers.
Oh, Sixers
Pretty
way
good.
up.
Yeah,
So not bad.
Sixers
3 out of
bad, but you
4.
got the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I think I just turned my microphone off. This, can you hear me?
I can, but not through the microphone.
Yeah, this mic is being really touchy today. If not, oh, it's
Oop,
back. We're back. I think it's classic
I can't.
Shamrock Talk
Yeah,
technical
it
technical
wouldn't
difficulty.
be Shamrock Talk without.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then to round out the top eight, you had Pacers, um, Magic, Bucks, Heat. So yeah,
I mean, I'm
I mean,
not right, but at least they're up there.
but yeah, but if Miami wins tonight, we're TBD on that last spot, then you'd have 7 of the 8 playoff teams.
Yeah, not bad.
Pretty good. And the one you
Yeah.
missed,
Who?
our team, the Pistons. You had them
Oh,
third to
yeah, but I had
last.
him in the top 10 though.
No, third to last.
Oh, well, maybe I was. Oh, see the star by them?
You did have, yeah, okay, but to be fair, you have stars behind 5 teams, 6 teams, so there's a lot of stars. There's a squiggle under Miami, a big question mark with a circle next to Philly, which I think is probably pretty good for their season. But
Yeah,
hey, 7 of 8 playoff teams can't.
yeah. No,
And I
yeah,
think
there were some things there, and I think that the Sixers, the question mark was Embiid's health and something.
yes,
Oh, a third piece, just because the two weren't playing well at the end of last season
yeah.
together. But
Well,
anyway, there were
everything went
So
wrong.
count my squiggles and my stars. I might
Yeah.
have been a little closer.
All
All
right,
right, you. Let's go.
now we'll go me. I also nailed the top 3: Celtics, Knicks, Cavaliers. Um, and then I had Magic fourth. I was a little higher on the Magic than they ended up being this season. Bucks fifth, Sixers 6, Heat 7, Pacers 8.
That's what you had.
So I was what?
Sixers were the
I
only
was
ones,
7
right?
of 8 too. We both
Yeah.
had the Sixers instead of the Pistons. But to my credit, I had the Pistons at 9. I had them just missing out.
Did
And
you have a star or squiggly
no,
on anything?
mine's on the computer. There's no squiggly underlines or stars or anything. So that's pretty good. I think you know, we kind of nailed at least the East. The West,
No, we can't even now. I'm like,
um,
yeah, it's gonna be.
pretty crazy.
I'm a little worried about the Warriors Rockets. I think
Um,
that's gonna
yeah,
be an interesting one. I
we'll
think.
go into the
Yeah.
matchups later, but let's
All
just
right.
finish out our
Go ahead.
predictions. All right,
Go
your
ahead.
West final standings. You had Nuggets, Timberwolves, Thunder, Mavs, Suns, Kings, Warriors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Rockets at the 8. So let's see,
So
one,
Kings
two,
and Suns, no go.
3, 4. Kings and Suns, and potentially Mavs tonight.
Yeah.
So you will
And then who
you'll
do I
have
have 9 and 10?
Grizzlies, Lakers.
Okay.
So the big winners again here being Lakers are obviously way up. I mean to be fair with the Mavs and the Lakers, I don't think any of us saw Luka Doncic being on the Lakers by
No. Yeah.
the playoffs this
Exactly.
season.
And
Um,
Mavs were.
and the Clippers, you had fourth to last,
Yeah.
and
That's
they
a surprise.
well
Yeah.
outplayed their season.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to mine. Just as sketchy. I had the Thunder first, so I did nail that one.
Nice. Yep.
Timberwolves 2, Suns 3, Nuggets 4, Mavericks 5, Kings 6, Lakers 7, Grizzlies 8.
Yeah, you're up there. You got
Yeah, so I missed out
everybody
on the
but Suns.
Rockets. I had the Clippers third to last.
Yeah.
And I had the Warriors fourth to last, so I missed out on 3 as well. So we both kind of got 5 of 8 there. The West was, I think the Rockets played a lot better than anyone expected, getting the 2 seed. The Clippers,
Yeah.
Warriors again with the Jimmy trade, different team than you kind of expected there. But they outplayed what I thought too. All right, awards time.
Oh yeah, I'm way off, I think. Wait,
We
did the
both
awards
had
come out?
no, but I mean, we can I they don't come out of the same. Let's just go through what we had, and we can just
Okay. I've been
assume what we
looking.
know.
Yeah.
MVP, I think everyone at this point knows either Jokic or SGA is going to be the MVP. I'd say
I
it's
think it'll be
between those
SGA
two,
just because everyone's
just because
tired
the
of Jokic.
difference. Yeah, agreed. I think that's
Plus,
the
his
case.
team is won. Like, how
Correct,
do you
and they're
not?
dominant, and yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah.
As good as Jokic is, but it's going to be one of those two either way. We both had Anthony Edwards. Good player.
Yes.
Didn't really make
Yeah.
the step up you maybe thought he would after last
Yeah.
year.
Agreed.
Kind of, stagnated, I would say. But still a great player, still in the mix and in the playoffs, we'll see. Coach of the year. You had Jamal Mosley, Orlando. Kind of a down year for them too.
Yeah. No,
again,
they're
players we
definitely not.
expected to make the jump that did not.
Well, they had so many injuries.
Mine was even worse. My coach of the year was Mike Budenholzer, who was fired this week by the Phoenix Suns. So, yeah, that did not go how I thought it was. I was high on the Suns. I think I had them finishing third in the West. They did not.
Well,
make
you
the playoffs.
figured this year had to be their year, right?
That's what I thought. I thought.
Anyway, yeah.
I thought those guys who would say, this is, especially like KD would say, this is it. I've been on 40 teams now. I can't. And no, they just oof.
Yeah.
Not good. Most improved. Not good for either of us either.
Who?
You had Jaime Jaquez, who ended the
Oh
year
my god, it's not even
being
playing.
benched. Being benched by the Heat.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't get it either. He was one of my top picks as well.
How do you not? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just didn't play well with the other players.
I think that the benching could have been more of an effort thing too. Kind of Spoelstra trying to send a message like, you guys got to step it up, and I don't know, but I was high on him as well. And
well, I will say Bam is playing a lot of minutes, and that those could partially be Jaquez's minutes. I don't know.
Well, no, they don't really play the same position. But
he was the big guy when down the road because they don't have.
But Jaquez isn't really a big guy. He's like a guard.
But who else do they have besides Bam? I don't really have anybody.
Hero and
big guys. I mean,
but Jaquez is not a big guy.
Well, he's one of their taller ones, though. I mean they don't have any tall guys.
7 or something.
He played big for them.
My most improved was Derek Lively. Again, did not expect Luka to get traded. I thought, lob threat, big rebounder. I thought he'd make a big step. Did not either.
Yeah.
And defensive player of the year, we both had Wemby, who probably would have won the award if it weren't for being injured. So,
Yeah.
that happens there. But those were our predictions. Not bad, I think. Few swings and misses, but at least in terms of standings, I think we both
Yeah.
stood up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we know a little bit what we're talking about. Putting our money where our mouth is, checking the record, making sure we're getting somewhere. Um, Now let's get to the playoffs. Let's start with the Celtics versus the Magic. They're 1-2 against the Magic this year. One of those losses being, right at the end of the year here, no one really played, so
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
lose out on that. But the
Yeah.
Magic have always played us tough, and I know they've had kind of a disappointing season. It's always been a bit of a rock fight when we've had to play them. Um,
Yeah.
and I still expect this game or this series to wrap up pretty quick, I'd say. But I wouldn't be shocked if they steal a game or two. I mean,
Yeah.
they're tough. They're very tough defensively. They really struggle to score the ball. I think they have the lowest 3-point percentage in the league,
Yeah.
which is not good, especially come playoff time. But what are your thoughts on the matchup? Starts
Um,
Sunday afternoon,
I
Easter Sunday.
shouldn't say it out loud because there are times when we do make everybody look good. I think that, we will dominate this series. I like you said, I think offensively, other than um the Franz and Bankero, I don't think they have much of an offense other than
No,
that for the most part.
no Jalen
Um,
Suggs, who isn't much of an
yes,
offensive guy,
he's
but a
but
contributor.
he's
Yeah,
huge for them. He really
3-point
runs.
shooter
He
when they
runs the floor
struggle. Yeah,
exactly. He plays well with against us. I think Suggs always plays well against us. Um,
agreed.
so I think that is a big loss for them. I think Cole Anthony has stepped up.
Yep.
He's been
He
looking
had
good. He had
29 or 27 in the.
26 in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So, he stepped up. I mean, I do think they have a few pieces. My thing offensively, I don't think they work very well together. They're not
very
very
clunky.
smooth. They're not, yes,
It's
yes.
very like
But they're
Paolo
rough.
taking a tough
My
shot
worry is
usually,
somebody
and
getting hurt. That's my worry. And I do
yeah,
think that
yep,
Missoula needs to really be smart about the minutes and who he plays
yep.
because they're rough.
Hmm.
Um, it's kind of like when LeBron goes to the hoop, most people step out of the way. When Caro goes to the hoop, I'm hoping our starters don't take a charge. We need to figure out before that. He should not be getting to the foul line and we should not be fouling him and we should not be stepping and taking charges at this point because that's what he does and that's what
Yep.
he's going to do. So, that is our weakness. Our weakness is strong, big players going to the hoop. Um, and so they're going to do that, and we got to be prepared, and nobody can get hurt. So I think we need, Kata, Torrey Craig. I think there have to be minutes where we have somebody to take hits that we don't rely on down the road, that can take the hits without getting hurt. We should not
Agreed.
have Al be hit again. We should not have Porzingis be hitting again,
I
and
mean,
we
you
should
do have
not
to play
have Crown.
basketball. You
Yes,
can't be just
yes.
have
But
nobody
I
playing, and
do
but
think there are breaks that you can put in there, and
yeah, yep.
um, that to
A lot of
me would
Cornette maybe
be a
this series, big Cornette
travesty. Oh
series.
yeah, there you go. It would
Use
be a
him up
travesty.
before other teams kind of play him off the floor with their 3-point shooting. But this
Yeah.
is not a team that can do that, so he might be
Mm-mm.
valuable. Have you seen like his some of his advanced stats are crazy,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
plus minus and stuff, and like all these advanced say like Luke is
Yeah.
like one of the best rim runners in the league. But
Yeah.
just a funny tidbit.
He's
So
good. Yeah,
yeah, he is
I think he has
solid.
played well. Yeah. So, and I forgot about Luke. So I think if we just can rotate, I would be very happy
Agreed.
because I
I
do
agree.
think they are going to go at us.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing full well,
Yeah. They got nothing to lose, so
No, absolutely not. They're playing
it's the
like
it's the
they want
playoffs.
it.
So yeah,
Yes.
they're coming. They're
Yeah.
coming. This is
Yeah.
not going to
We
be
may. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You're right. We have to play basketball, but I think in the long run, you need to manage minutes. You
Yeah.
cannot be playing. Oh, can't get
Well, the goal is
tired.
can you get up big and can you rest guys? I mean that would be the best. You're up 20, coast.
Yeah.
Play less minutes that way, put them away. Yeah, it'll be a fun series. Like I said, if I had to guess, we're talking probably 5 games, maybe. Maybe they
Yeah.
steal one. Hopefully, you can sweep them. Um, but I don't foresee it being a long series, just with
Yeah.
their
I hope
injuries
not.
and offensive
We
struggles
don't need 7
and lack
tough
of playoff
games.
experience. None of those
Yeah.
guys really have
Yeah.
uh, playoff experience, so I think that'll be part of it as well.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Um,
I gotta say this is one of the lamer ones. Let's go across the NBA. What would be your the series you're most excited to watch, other than the Celtics in the first round?
Rockets Warriors right now. Only
I was gonna
because
say the same. That was
it's
exactly
my
my answer.
yeah, yeah. Only because it's I've called him Jimmy Baby Butler, but he's playing so well. I
Yep.
mean, he really is playing well for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Steph looks a little bit he's made some great shots in the playing games, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, but he looks old and he
Yeah.
looks not hobbled, but not 100, not like the old Steph with
Hmm.
skipping his step. I don't know.
Yep.
But Steve Kerr's so smart. It's
Hmm.
going to be an interesting game. It
It's
really
like
is.
the yin and the yang. It's like you have the old veterans who are,
Yeah,
don't have the athleticism, but have, all the know-how and
yeah,
all the
yeah,
experience and have been there a
yeah,
million times versus the new guys who can all jump out the gym and they're
yeah,
young and they're tough
yeah,
and they want
yeah,
it and they're hungry and they got Ime leading the way who's not going to be afraid of anyone. He'll be
yeah,
yelling at Steph
yeah.
during the game. Um, and Dylan
And it's
Brooks and Draymond Green, I'd bet money they're getting into it at least
well,
once.
Dylan
And
can't get a technical, right? I think the
no,
next
that
is
resets.
no,
I
no.
think that resets for the
Oh, for the
playoffs.
playoffs.
It's
Oh, I
not.
hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he can't. Once the
Um,
playoff comes, that's not the case anymore.
yeah. So
Um,
fouling Jimmy Butler is going to be their biggest, fouls. Putting
yeah,
Steph on the line and putting Jimmy Butler, getting into foul trouble, because they're just so smart. They're so smart,
yep.
and I think and the other they're young, you know. Um, so it's going to be interesting. That's going to be a
It's going to
fun
be a really
series.
good series.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Rockets have home court too, which it just
yeah.
feels like the Warriors should have home court in that
Hmm.
series, but they don't.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Rockets are somehow the 2 seed that no one seems
yeah,
to realize that they are the 2 seed in the West.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Mhm.
Shangoon is in that. Like, they're just
Yeah,
Steven
it's gonna
Adams.
be
Do you see
fun.
him talking about it?
Yeah, yeah. You
That
excited?
Steven
Yeah,
Adams already gotten kicked by Draymond in the groin twice, and
yeah,
uh, it's gonna be quite the series. So that
yeah.
that was
So
that was
I'm
exactly number one on
super
my list as
excited
well.
for that. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
a
Well,
lot of personalities.
let's just rank them then. What's your two? Second, what series are you next most excited about?
I would say Pistons Knicks.
Ooh, nice.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
see the Pistons. They've
The
been
Piz
playing well.
another team that's ready to fight anybody.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
yeah.
some pushing and shoving in that series.
Yeah, I'm excited for Pistons and
Um,
Knicks.
yeah, that'll be another good one, I think.
Two sort of different. I don't know. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, yep. My two
Um,
was I would have put Nuggets Clippers there.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that one the Clippers are surging. The Nuggets just fired their coach. Who knows what to expect from them?
yeah. I
Like,
don't understand a lot of the recent firings. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
it's craziness.
I don't. Who was the other one recently that they just
The
was it
Grizzlies.
Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grizzlies, and just watching them
Well, they
and
play tonight. They could be out of the playoffs.
yeah, I mean, knowing the team and how they play together and what's what. I mean, I don't know how you get that in just a few days and become the playoff coach so
Well, I mean,
quickly. It's just a
I mean,
weird.
it's not like a brand new coach; it's just an
No, it's
assistant. But
just
that's
to
even
me.
weirder. Like,
Yeah,
why bring it?
yeah.
Like, well, I don't know.
I don't know. It's a strange thing. Um, but yes, Nuggets Clippers going to be a good one, a
Yeah,
very good one. Is Murray back? I'm
I believe
assuming.
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe he's playing. Um, yeah, that was number
although,
two on
who
my
are we
list.
kidding? Lakers Timberwolves. That's going to be a
Another
fun
awesome
one.
one. All these like, there's
It's going to be so good.
it's so good. The first round
I'm
is
going to
so
get
good.
no sleep. No sleep. I stayed up
Yeah,
and watched the play-in. 1 o'clock. Oh my God, the Warriors Grizzly game. That was so good. That was
yeah,
such a great game. The other ones unfortunately weren't as good.
no,
Um,
yeah. Last one's
but
tonight.
yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit of snoozers, but I'll throw them on
They're
for.
still going to be fun. I think that
Yeah.
like the Heat and the Hawks right now, I think are pretty even in my book. I mean,
Agreed, but neither of those teams are. I mean, you know,
just a fun game with similar, I think,
I
skill levels.
I think these are a little less fun because I just I think we just know none of these teams are really going to make noise in the next round, even if they do win.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
West,
Agree,
Mavs,
agree.
Mavs or Grizzlies are
Yeah,
just going to get slaughtered by OKC, and both those
yeah,
teams want to be home.
yeah.
And the Heat.
Mavs and Grizzlies
The
going to be a good
Heat,
game too,
the
I think.
Heat Cavs might be a little interesting if Spoelstra can pull out his Jedi mind tricks and uh, figure that out a little. But
Yes, who can you play with? Who
yeah,
can you mess with
yeah.
mentally?
So I hope they
Jab.
win because I like he always just has some
Similar to
playoff
Jason Tatum. Like, is
scheme
there
that
something you can do like you do to
yeah,
Jason Tatum? Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Well, Spoelstra just always has an idea or something that
yeah,
ends up
yeah,
working and give you
yeah,
more fits than you think. Maybe that's just the Celtics,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't think so. I think he's just always got a something going on. So I hope they win. But other than that,
I've
I mean,
never seen a worse defense than the Bulls against the Heat. Never in my
and
entire
that
life.
team just wanted to go home.
I like what is
They
going
had their
on?
they had their vacation plans already booked. They're like, we
It
can't be
was
in the next round. I'm
no.
I'm
You know
supposed
who
to be
had
in
worse
Italy.
defense? The Kings and the Mavs.
Another team. They're
The
like,
Kings and the Bulls defense
yeah,
was just non-existent.
yeah. The
Non.
Kings,
They made it made the Mavericks and the Heat look amazing. They
yeah, the
made
Kings.
them look amazing.
Both those
It's
private
like,
jets were already gassed up to go to Cancun the next
yeah,
weekend and
yeah. I'm like,
golf, and
what is going
they were
on?
out of there.
Yeah,
Some of these teams
yeah,
did. Some of these teams
yeah,
had no business or no
yeah.
drive to be in the
And
playoffs,
both
and
the higher seed,
yeah,
which tells nothing. Both the better record, like,
yeah.
which tells nothing. But anyway, just what was going on? Yeah, those were two very bad games.
Mm-hmm. Um, sneaky candidate for best series, Pacers Bucks.
I
That's
agree.
gonna be
Yes,
another
yes,
good one.
yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds like
yeah,
Lillard's gonna play now. I mean, the
yeah.
reports are now that he's gonna
I heard
play.
that too. Yep.
Uh,
Well,
and
yeah, I
so
mean, they're not going anywhere without him. Where are they
no,
going?
that's what
I
I mean.
mean,
Now he's
that's yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
breathes a little bit
yeah,
of life into them. If he's, I mean, again, if he's 100%, I don't think he's been
yeah,
playing or like practicing. So who
yeah.
knows
Well, he won't be
what
playing the first
version?
game. They said
Yeah,
he'll
probably
sit
not.
out the
But so
first one.
exactly. So who
But
knows
he
what
is at a
version
point where
of
he can.
Damian
Yeah,
Lillard we're getting? But they're
yeah.
gonna need him if they want to do anything.
I take
Um,
limited minutes, some shooting. Yeah, why not weave
uh,
him in if you can?
I don't think the Kyle Kuzma experiment has worked out exactly as they would have liked, so
No.
that's not
Yeah,
gonna be a big help for them. But
no.
that's another good series that
Yeah,
Giannis has been on a tear lately though.
yeah.
So
Well, he has to be.
well yeah but
Yeah,
he
has to
alone
be.
could drag them out of that series
Yeah,
because the Pacers just don't have a guy that can dominate a game
yeah,
like him. But they do have Siakam to guard him. That's a good matchup as well.
yeah.
But that'll be a fun one
And
as well.
and their center. Who's their center?
Um,
Um, Lego.
oh, Lego.
Lego
Miles
guy.
Turner. Yes, Miles Turner is the Lego
Lego
guy.
guy.
Yeah, but he's not guarding Giannis. Let's not be. Let's.
Yeah, no, you're right. But he's someone at the rim at least.
Yeah, like more of a shot
Yeah, at least
blocking
he's
type.
yeah, at least
You
he's
throw
at
him
the
on
rim.
Lopez though, and
Yes,
you
yes,
put
you're right. I
Siakam
forgot
on
about
Giannis.
Lopez. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about Lopez. Yeah,
Yep.
I love his little interview with the Legos.
Yeah. The Lego guy.
So anyway, yes, I agree. I think there are a lot of good series. Ours
There's
not being
really, I mean,
ours I'm not as excited about.
no, I mean, there's three series that are pretty much foregone conclusions, and I mean, which are
Well, should
the
be.
three top teams in the NBA. Yeah,
Yes, should be
Cavaliers,
foregone.
again, unless Spoelstra can really just
Yeah, or
pull
someone
something
gets hurt. Yep,
out of
yep,
Miami, then
yep.
it's going to be Cavs, it's going to be Celtics, it's going to be Thunder. I don't think those three series are gonna make any waves, but the rest of these could go either way, in my
Yeah,
opinion. I mean,
yeah,
any of these other series, or
yeah.
anyone's
I
game,
agree.
I think they're favorites
Timberwolves
and
could
preferences,
fully
but
well wear out the Lakers. They could.
agreed.
They're
If
athletic.
I was
They move quickly. They're strong. They're,
if I was a
I
betting
mean,
man, I wouldn't pick them. But
no.
agreed,
Yeah,
they have a puncher's chance in that series for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Um,
tired
And
Luka
yeah,
out.
it's exciting. I'm excited.
Tired Luka out.
Yes.
Tired Chip Webster out.
It's exciting. The playoffs are here. And the first round's going to be crazy. And then the next rounds are just going to get better. I just think this is one of the better playoffs we've had in a long time, especially in the
Yeah.
West. But even
It's
in
exciting.
the East, a lot of good matchups.
Yeah. And trades made it more exciting. And that's really what it's about, right?
Luka's now on the Lakers. Warriors
Jimmy
are
Butler
revived.
gave him new life. He's playing better than he has in a long time. I mean, he was hurt for so long that it's like a different Jimmy. That's I know. I don't know. Now I'm wondering, what was the injury before?
Yeah, go on. That's silly.
But anyway, yes, it's very exciting playoffs. We just need to make it. Celtics need to make it out of this round injury free. That's all I care about.
Yes.
Missoula, you are listening right now. Injury free. Come on.
Yes. I mean, yeah, all eyes really are going to be on Jalen. How's he moving?
Yeah.
How is he looking?
But I don't want Ben Caro to take anybody else out.
No.
Which he can do.
He
can do it. He's a big dude and he drives hard.
Jalen can guard whoever's in the corner. Don't help. Just get to healthy. Get healthy. I agree. Yes.
Get to the next
Take
round.
it easy, but not too easy. But not too easy.
No. Yes.
Which we ask a lot of this team. Take it easy, but not too easy.
Yeah. But management.
Win, but make it look easy.
Don't let the egos of your starting five take over, right?
No, I don't think that'll be the case at all.
You need to coach. You need to coach.
I don't think that'll be the case, though. These guys know. It's the first round.
Yeah.
They have bigger aspirations. They're not looking for their...
Porzingis did wave off I think who was coming in for him, and at one game he waved him off and said he wanted to stay in. So just be careful of that. That's my only, you need to manage these minutes. That's the coach's job. Anyway. That's all I have to say.
No, that's all I got as well. The playoffs are here, and you're going to hear from us. My goal is to have an episode for every Celtics game.
I'll be up tonight watching the playing games. So just so you know,
we're gonna try to have an episode after every game that the Celtics play. Try to get some guests in here. If you want to be a guest, let me know. We gotta.
We said that all year.
I know. Well, that's what I mean.
We didn't have one.
No, we're getting guests in for the playoffs because I'm sure there'll be some games where you want to go to bed, and I'll bring in a guest, and we can do it.
Oh, good. Perfect.
And we can, we'll get something. We got to get a third mic. That's our next goal. Get the third mic.
We haven't even used two mics together lately.
That's true. But yeah, I was going to, I have a Zoom attachment so we can use two mics here and then Zoom you in. So if I can get somebody here and then Zoom you in third, but again, we can barely figure out two mics when we're in person. We have had technical difficulties with just my mic this show. It's harder than you think around here, folks. Yeah, harder than you think to produce this podcast. But we're gonna be here. Playoffs. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Nothing to do with it, as you can see from my written list. I do not have anything to do with the technology.
The playoffs are my Jimmy Butler traded moment. I'm re-engaged. I'm re-locked in. Podcasts are coming out between each game. Hopefully, night of, we'll get them in. If you want to be in, if you're listening to this and you want to be on a podcast, shoot me a text, shoot a Shamrock Talk account, a message, any platform. I'll get back to you. Let us know what game you want to be on the mic for, and we'll get you in. And that's it.
Jake will get you in.
It's playoff in. I'll schedule it. I'll let you know. In the meantime, look out for us for the playoffs, all platforms. YouTube, Spotify, Apple,
so exciting.
At Shamrock Talk Pod on Twitter, at Shamrock Talk on Instagram, Facebook, worldwide. We are worldwide. And that's it.
Missoula, manage the minutes.
Manage the minutes. Go Celtics.
Go Celtics.